Number one is the magic number. It's irony that, when you're self-employed, um, you think that it's you against the world, and in some ways it is. And that's part of the attraction of being a self-employed English teacher in Japan or anywhere. You're not dealing with endless committees and the meetings that you have and the nonsense that you get from on high, that kind of thing. But any good student of business and marketing knows that the most dangerous number is one. I used to have a marketing lesson with a guy called Matthew Dons, who he died of cancer last year. One of the lessons that he had, and it's not original to him, but he was the one that taught it to me, is that one is the most dangerous number. If you have only one customer, you could lose your business. If you only have one source of income, essentially, it's dangerous, right? As a self-employed person, you need lots of students, and the more students you have, generally speaking, the more security you have. If you have 100 students, one person quits, you've still got 99 students, you've still got 99% of your income. So clearly, that's important. This may be obvious, right? The thing that isn't obvious is that people will tell you that they would love to be self-employed. However, it's too dangerous to be self-employed. And I'd just make the basic point that when you are working for a company, essentially your boss is your one source of income, the company that you're working for. There may be lots of people around you. You may be one teacher among, 20, 30, 100, whatever. But don't be fooled. You're really working for your boss, and that's one source of income. And, hopefully that goes well. But there may come a time when that one boss is not happy with what you do, or wants to change direction, or decides to cut your budget, or whatever it is. That's business. It's not usually personal. It's just the way it is. Then you're in trouble, and you realize you were selling your, to use terminology, you were selling your labor to one source, your boss. I just mentioned this because it's the most important principle of working for yourself. That although one is the most dangerous number, you still need it to be the only person to lead your business as a number one is very satisfying. But you've actually got security in the fact that you have large numbers of students. So it doesn't have to be a large number, just more than one. As I've talked about before, like 40 students is a good minimum to have a viable business. The beauty of that is you are then, as a one person, you are both the boss and the main worker. So it's not that you're exploiting anybody. If you work hard and you make lots of money, more power to you. You are independent, and if you have a number of students, you're also in a strong position. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody that's feeling, oh, it's too dangerous to have your own job. To have your own, make your own business. I would argue having your own job is more dangerous. And over time, as you build up your business, you get more security. And in fact, to the point where, you might want to step away, you might get to the age where you want to retire, and it becomes quite difficult because you have so many students or so many sources of income. That's one thing that I've been trying to do, is to build up my sources of income so that I'm not just reliant on even one set of students. So that's why I'm quite happy to teach a range of students personally from ages, I think the youngest student is 3. The oldest student, she's in her mid-70s. I have all sorts of people from all walks of life who are still interested in English. That's the way I like it. So it gives security, and allows for variety. And you can develop your skills um, so that although you are a company essentially of one person, I've grown it out now. I mean, I work with my wife and I have done with my daughters and I have an assistant. So yeah, I'm the main. I guess I'm the main. I'm the main. I'm the weakest point in some ways. If something happened to me, the rest of the business would be in trouble, I suppose. But it could continue. You know, at every point, I've tried to be independent and to take a long-term view. So we don't rent a place anymore. We own a place that we teach from. We don't use other people's textbooks. We wrote our own textbooks. We don't join other people's speech days and things like that. We do our own speech day. We don't join other people's trips abroad. We do our own trips. But you see what I mean? So over time, we've got more sources of income. There may be some threats to that. You know, we're only human. I'm only human. I can't keep doing it forever. But I'm in a good position, and I'm not. I don't mean to say that to boast. I mean to say that to suggest to you that you could be too. If you think long term and just remember that number one is a source of strength, but also a source of potential weakness. So, just some thoughts. Okay, have a good one. Thank you very much. See you next time.